Hello, my name's Holly Winter and I'm a curator at the National Army Museum. Today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favourite items on display in the museum, the First Aid Nursing Yeomanry Corps uniform of Lilian Franklin. This is one of my favourite objects because it was worn by a truly trailblazing woman from a pioneering all-female corps. The First Aid Nursing Yeomanry Corps, or FANY for short, was a corps of women trained to provide first aid to wounded soldiers directly on the battlefield. When Lilian Franklin joined the Corps in 1909, this was the uniform she wore. As you can see, the design of the uniform was deeply influenced by the fashionable silhouette of the late 19th century. The jacket even required a corset to be worn underneath in order to fit correctly. Lilian Franklin quickly became an instrumental figure in the Corps. She was a natural leader and was often referred to simply as boss. Alongside Grace Ashley Smith, she transformed the organisation between 1910 and 1914. One of the changes they made was replacing this uniform with a more practical khaki one. When the First World War broke out, the Corps offered their services to the War Office, but they were rejected on the basis of their sex. However, the Fannies were not put off and went to France anyway, serving alongside the Allied French and Belgian armies. While they were in France, the women established a tradition of learning to do whatever job needed to be done, and as a result, they performed a wide variety of roles. From administering first aid under aerial bombardment to driving supplies to trenches and repairing military vehicles, the Corps undertook activities people never imagined that women could do. In 1916, the British military authorities finally capitulated and allowed the Fanny to serve with the British forces. The first women's motor ambulance convoy was formed at a base in Calais under the command of Lilian Franklin, and there, members of the Corps became the first women to officially drive for the British Army. I love this uniform because it belonged to a woman who was tenacious and who refused to be put off by sexist attitudes. She turned her hand to anything, whether that was a typhoid patient or a vehicle that wouldn't start.